Stop right there. Don't blink. Don't move. Don't even breathe too fast. Because the moment you opened this message, a voice from the other side leaned forward and whispered your name. My beloved child, listen carefully. This is not a mistake. This is not a coincidence. Something in the spirit realm has been trying to reach you since last night. But every time the message approached you, the enemy tried to block it. But now, Archangel Michael has cleared the path. And the voice calling your name? It is not a stranger. It is not a ghost. It is your own future self shouting through the veil of time. Don't ignore this. Don't walk away. Your next decision shifts everything. My beloved child. Your future self has already seen the path ahead. Already seen the danger. Already seen the blessing. Already seen the moment where everything bends. And right now, they are begging you. Stay. Listen. Don't scroll. Because if you skip this message, you skip the guidance your future already sent to protect you. Listen with me. This is heaven's intervention. Archangel Michael steps forward. His wings spread wide. His sword glows with a soft blue flame. And he says, the voice calling your name is not here to scare you. It is here to save you. Heaven reveals this. Last night, between 1:11 and 3:33 a.m., your spirit stirred. You may have woken up without reason, turned your head suddenly, felt a chill on your arm, remembered a forgotten memory, seen a strange dream, heard a whisper in your mind. That was not imagination. That was not fear. That was not confusion. That was your future self. The version of you that already survived everything. You are about to walk through. They came to warn you. To protect you. To redirect you. To awaken you. Michael says, time bends for those chosen by heaven. Don't scroll. The future you saw what was coming. Your future self is standing at a point. Months, even years, ahead of you. They have already lived through the choices you are making now. The relationships you are questioning. The dangers you cannot see. The opportunities you almost missed. The betrayal that was meant for you. The blessing that is searching for you. They know exactly which person will block your blessing. Which person will open a new door. Which path leads to peace. Which path leads to pain. They are calling back through the timeline. Because you are about to make a decision. That changes everything. Don't move. Don't scroll. Michael whispers. Destiny can shift in a single moment of awareness. Stay here. The voice came through a sign you missed. Heaven shows the signs clearly. Your future self tried to reach you through repeating numbers. A sudden memory. A dream about a house. A conversation you overheard. A name that popped into your mind. A sudden fear. A sudden peace. A message that appeared unexpectedly. These were not coincidences. These were divine interruptions. You were supposed to notice them. But the enemy sent distraction, confusion, noise, overthinking, fear, doubt. Michael says, "This is why heaven sent the message again today. Louder. Don't scroll. The warning is about a decision you are about to make. Your future self is warning you about a decision you are weeks, or even days, away from making. A decision involving a relationship, a move, a financial choice, a conversation, a boundary, a change, a connection, a release. The choice you make will affect your peace, your family, your security, your next season, your health, your stability. This is why the message carries so much urgency. This is why heaven sent Archangel Michael. This is why your future self is calling you now." Michael whispers, "You are standing at the crossing of two futures. Choose wisely. Don't move. My beloved child." You reached the end of part 1. But this is not the end of the message. Before you go, like, to open the path for clarity. Subscribe, so part 2 reaches you instantly. Comment. "I am listening, Archangel Michael." Share with 10 people. Because heaven will expand protection over your entire family when you do. Archangel Michael steps closer. His wings shift, covering your spirit with protection. And he says, in a voice that feels like thunder wrapped in comfort, "The warning your future self is sending you is about a person who is interfering with your timeline. Don't scroll. Don't blink. Stay with me." Michael continues, "This person carries a hidden intention. They speak one way, but feel another. They smile, but inside, they are watching your path and trying to place their own footsteps over yours." Heaven reveals something powerful. Your future self is trying to stop you from trusting someone who is not meant to walk with you into the next season of your life. You may already feel it. A sudden discomfort around someone. A strange silence between you. A shift in their tone. A conversation that bothered you. A name that came into your mind. A memory that resurfaced. A question you cannot shake. This is not paranoia. This is discernment. This is your future self pulling you away from a path that leads to disappointment. Don't move. Listen with me. The person your future self is warning you about. Michael reveals. This person may be a family member acting strangely. Someone acting helpful but hiding jealousy. A person who wants control. Someone who pretends to care but fears your strength. Someone who feels threatened by your blessing. A person whose energy feels off recently. Heaven says, they are not your enemy, but they are being influenced by insecurity and envy. Your future self saw what happened. if you trusted them blindly. So they traveled back through the timeline to stop you. Don't scroll. The private conversation you were never supposed to hear. Heaven now opens a scene. A conversation happened. A private one. A hidden one. Someone discussed your future, decisions, resources, personal matters, family, boundaries, stability. They used your name lightly, carelessly, as if your life was a topic for entertainment. Your future self heard it. So did the angels. Michael steps forward and says, "Do not confront them. Do not accuse them. Do not expose what you know. Just watch. Because in silence, heaven exposes truth faster. Don't move. The shift is already beginning. Your spirit may already feel sudden confidence, sudden clarity, sudden discomfort around someone, sudden intuition, sudden awareness, sudden peace after distance. This is the shift. Your future self is pulling you toward peace, protection, emotional clarity, divine timing, spiritual safety, stable relationships, new blessings, healthier boundaries, and pulling you away from manipulation, guilt, emotional draining, controlling energy, jealousy, hidden resentment, confusion. Michael whispers. Your future becomes safer the moment you listen. Don't scroll. The message about today. Heaven says, today is not a day of danger. Today is a day of awakening. Today, your future self only wants one thing: for you to pay attention. Because someone's behavior, tone, or reaction will show you exactly what heaven has been trying to reveal. You will see a sign, a slip in their words, a strange reaction, a truth in their eyes, a shift in their energy, and you will know. This is the person heaven warned me about. But remember, Michael says, do not fear them. You are protected. You are covered. You are guided. Don't scroll. My beloved child. You reached the end of part 2. Before you leave, like, to strengthen your angelic covering. Subscribe, so part 3 reaches you immediately. Comment, I am awake, Archangel Michael. Share with 10 people, this expands spiritual protection over your family. Part 3 will reveal. My beloved child, don't move. Don't scroll. Stay right here and listen with me. Archangel Michael stands closer now, and his voice becomes sharper, more urgent, more commanding. He says, the next sign is coming today. Not tomorrow. Not next week. Today. What's coming is subtle, quiet, easy to miss, but life-changing if you catch it. Heaven says, your future self is not trying to scare you. They are trying to prevent the pain you almost walked into. Don't move. The sign will reveal who is talking behind your back. Someone has been watching your steps, observing your life, commenting on your decisions, criticizing your choices, discussing your personal matters, questioning your direction, doubting your strength. Not openly, but quietly, softly, behind your back. Today, something will slip. Heaven says. A reaction. A facial expression. A strange silence. A comment said too quickly. A message that feels off. A sudden change in tone. That's the sign. Don't scroll. Michael says, do not react, just watch. Your instinct may tell you. Answer fast. Explain yourself. Defend yourself. Confront them. Expose the truth. But heaven says no. Listen carefully. Do not correct them. Do not prove anything. Do not argue. Do not give them emotional access. Why? Because the enemy's plan falls apart when you stop reacting. Michael whispers. Just watch. Let them show you everything. Let them expose themselves without your voice interfering. Don't move. What your future self saw, and why they came back. Heaven now opens what your future self witnessed. You were about to give trust, love, information, energy, effort, or forgiveness to the wrong person. Not because you are weak, but because your heart is pure. Your future self ran back through the timeline to protect you from regret, to stop you from repeating a cycle, to pull you away from a connection that becomes painful later, to cut the tie before it becomes a heartbreak. Michael says, your future self is saving you from someone who cannot carry your destiny with you. Don't scroll. The name that will come into your mind. Heaven says this gently. You don't need to chase answers. The truth will come to you. A name will rise in your mind today. Quietly. Suddenly. Unexpectedly. You might be washing dishes, walking, resting, on a call, watching TV, and a name appears. Not shouted, not dramatic, just there. That is the person connected to the warning. Not every name is danger. But this one is the name heaven wants you to see. Don't ignore it. Don't delete the feeling. Don't doubt the sign. Michael says. Your spirit knows before your mind understands. Don't move. This is the moment you take back control. Today is powerful. Heaven is unfolding clarity. Your future self is guiding you back to your rightful path. And now you have two choices. Ignore the sign. Or honor it. Ignoring it leads to emotional disappointment, loss of trust, wasted time, spiritual exhaustion, delayed blessings. confusion. But honoring it leads to protection, clarity, peace, divine direction, strength, restored energy, angelic covering. Michael says, the decision you make today shifts the next 7 months of your life. Don't scroll. Before you leave, my beloved child. You stayed till the end. And heaven sees that. Now take these final steps. Like, it activates your angelic shield for the next 24 hours. Subscribe, so part 4 reaches you instantly when the next sign appears. Comment, I am watching the signs, Archangel Michael. Share with at least 10 people. Heaven says protection expands when truth is shared. Part 4 will reveal. My beloved child, stay right here. Don't move. Don't scroll. Listen with me carefully, because this is the part heaven didn't want you to miss. Archangel Michael steps closer now. You may even feel a chill, a heaviness, or a pressure around your shoulders. That is his presence forming a shield around you. He says, the name connected to your downfall is about to rise, and it will appear sooner than you expect. This is not coincidence. This is not imagination. This is not drama. This is divine revelation. Don't move. The name will show up in one of these ways. Heaven reveals 3 possible signs. 1. You will hear the name suddenly, in a conversation, TV, a message, or even someone talking near you. It will hit differently. It will feel heavy. Your heart will pause for a moment. 2. The name will flash in your mind as if someone whispered it behind you. Not from fear, but from angelic intervention. 3. You will dream this name, either tonight or within the next 2 nights. You may wake up confused, emotional, or uneasy. Michael says, do not ignore whichever way it comes. That name is the key to your protection. Don't scroll. Why this name is dangerous. Heaven whispers softly. This person carries 2 faces. One face the world sees. One face they hide. This person has spoken your name with jealousy, tested your patience, violated your trust in small ways, acted friendly while carrying hidden resentment, pretended innocence while feeding gossip, watched your life more than they admit, hidden intentions behind kindness, kept secrets that affect you directly. Michael says, they do not wish you total destruction. But they do not want your rise either. This is the dangerous category. Silent enemy. Quiet manipulator. Sweet poison. Don't move. Listen with me. The future self warning, what it really means. Your future self did not return to scare you. They returned because you were close to repeating an old mistake. Heaven says, you almost trusted the wrong voice. You almost opened the door to the wrong person. You almost revealed something sacred to someone unworthy. That is why your future self intervened. They saw a betrayal you did not see. A conversation you weren't present for. A decision made behind your back. A plan that was forming in silence. A misunderstanding that was about to hurt you. A manipulation you would have believed. A message you were going to answer too quickly. A person you were about to forgive too soon. Heaven stepped in to stop it. Don't scroll. How this warning protects you. Michael gives you a powerful instruction. Do not block anyone. Do not confront anyone. Simply observe, silently. Because when you stay silent, the enemy gets confused. They cannot read your next move. They expose themselves without you trying. Heaven shows you the truth. The mask falls on its own. The right people stay. The wrong people leave quietly. This is divine strategy. Not war. Not fear. Not chaos. Protection. Don't move, my beloved child. The moment your future changes. When the name appears today, or within the next 2 nights, something spiritual happens instantly. A divine barrier closes. A cycle breaks. A chapter ends. A blessing is redirected to you. The moment you recognize the name, the angelic protection around you strengthens. Michael says, you do not need to fight. You only need to see. This is spiritual maturity. This is growth. This is elevation. Don't scroll. Before you leave, listen closely. Heaven saw you stay till the end. Your obedience is recorded. Your patience is honored. Your spirit is covered. Now take these final steps. Like, this seals the next 24 hours of your angelic protection. Subscribe, so that, Part 5, the exact message from your future self reaches you without delay. Comment, reveal the name, Archangel Michael. Share with 10 people. Heaven says when you share protection, it doubles over your family. Part 5 will reveal. My beloved child, don't move. Stay with me. Listen carefully, because this is the part heaven guarded the closest. This is the message that was almost blocked, erased, and stolen from your destiny. Archangel Michael stands beside you now. His wings are wide. The room around you is getting still, because heaven is ready to speak. He says, your future self did not come to warn you about danger. They came to warn you about your heart. Don't scroll. The real truth, you were about to give your heart to the wrong person. Heaven reveals. You were about to trust someone who is not meant to carry your future. Someone with charm, sweetness, and softness on the surface. But jealousy, insecurity, and manipulation underneath. Michael says, your heart was walking toward a trap disguised as affection. This person knows how to pull your emotions, how to make you doubt your worth, how to confuse you with mixed signals, how to appear innocent when they are not, how to say the right things at the wrong time, how to take without giving, how to stay close but remain distant, how to keep you dependent on their attention. Your future self saw what you could not. Don't move. Listen with me carefully. The biggest secret, they weren't going to break you suddenly. They were going to break you slowly. Heaven shows the steps they were planning. Keycap 1 first, they would become your comfort. They would talk gently, listen carefully, act supportive. Keycap 2 then they would create emotional distance. Not enough to leave, but enough to make you insecure. Keycap 3 then they would make you chase their approval. You would try harder. They would give less. Keycap 4 then they would blame you for feeling hurt. They would say you're overreacting, too sensitive, thinking too much. Keycap 5 finally, they would leave abruptly. But only after draining your peace, your trust, and your heart. Your future self came to stop this before it began. Don't scroll. The angelic interference, why you felt restless these last few days. Michael says, your heart started warning you before your mind understood. This is why you felt sudden anxiety, strange nightmares, discomfort around someone, unexplained heaviness, loss of interest, emotional confusion, random chills, deep silence inside your spirit. These were angelic alerts. Your soul recognized danger even when your eyes did not. Don't move. The person who tried to enter your future was not sent by God. Heaven says, they were sent to delay you, not to love you. This person carries unfinished trauma, hidden intentions, emotional instability, suppressed envy, unspoken resentment, financial inconsistency, spiritual confusion. They are not evil, but they are not ready for the weight of your heart. Michael says, you were too willing to love. They were too willing to take. Don't scroll. Your future self saved you from a future you would not survive. Heaven reveals, if you had continued trusting this person, you would have cried endlessly. You would have lost sleep. You would have blamed yourself. You would have forgotten your worth. You would have closed your heart. You would have suffered silently. You would have aged emotionally. You would have lost confidence. This warning is not punishment. It is protection. Don't move. The turning point, what happens next? Michael says, now that you know the danger, heaven realigns your path immediately. Within the next 72 hours, expect a release of emotional heaviness, a sudden return of confidence, a spark of intuition, a new sense of clarity, a gentle sign from your deceased loved one, a message from someone safe, a strong dream that brings answers. This is heaven repairing what almost broke you. Don't scroll. Before you leave, hear this. Archangel Michael watched you stay till the end. Heaven honors your willingness to listen. Now take these steps to seal your protection. Like, this strengthens your angelic shield for the next 72 hours. Subscribe, so you don't miss Part 6, the final revelation from your future self. Comment, protect my heart, Archangel Michael. Share with 10 people. For every soul you protect, heaven multiplies safety over your family. Take a breath. Feel the calm returning to your spirit. Michael whispers one last time. You are not losing anything. You are being saved. My beloved child, don't move. Don't blink. Stay right here with me, because this part is where heaven finally exposes the truth that your future self risked everything to deliver. Archangel Michael is standing closer than before. His wings are not wide now, they're wrapped around you, forming a barrier that nothing unholy can cross. Listen carefully. Michael says, a name has been echoing around you. A name your spirit reacts to before your mind even understands. You may feel your heart tighten right now. That's because this is not just information. This is intervention. Don't scroll. The name that carries danger. Heaven reveals. This name belongs to someone who speaks softly, behaves politely, smiles kindly, asks about you often, acts supportive, seems trustworthy. But inside, they envy your peace. They resent your strength. They cannot handle your blessings. They feel threatened by your spirit. They secretly compare themselves to you. They pretend to care, but observe to control. You felt this. That strange discomfort. That sudden confusion. That heaviness around them. Your future self came from ahead in time to warn you. This person is not who you think they are. Don't move. The reality, they are not tracking your steps. They are tracking your weakness. Michael reveals. This person watches. When you are alone. When you are emotional. When you are tired. When you are scared. When you are doubting yourself. When you start depending on their words. They wait for the moment when your heart feels weak. Because that is when they strike with guilt, manipulation, emotional pressure, fake concern, forced advice, twisted sympathy. Your future self saw you falling for it. That's why they called out across dimensions. Don't scroll. The angelic alert you missed. Michael says. You felt it many times. The sudden urge to pull back. The tightness in your chest when they approached. The strange silence between conversations. The uneasy dreams afterward. Those were angelic warnings. Every time you ignored them, the danger grew stronger. Heaven had to send your future self. Because the next mistake would have rewritten your destiny. Don't move. What this person was planning. Heaven reveals their hidden intentions. They wanted access to your personal life. They wanted your private information. They wanted influence over your decisions. They wanted to weaken you emotionally. They wanted to isolate you slowly. They wanted you dependent on them. But the biggest danger. They wanted something that belongs to you. Something sacred, something emotional, something God-chosen. Your future self saw the outcome. Heartbreak. Betrayal. Confusion. Emotional collapse. Loss of trust. Loss of peace. Loss of stability. That is why the voice came so urgently. Don't scroll. The switch, when heaven intervened. Michael says, "We interrupted your path because you were walking into a future that wasn't aligned with heaven. Your angel removed messages you were meant to receive. People who took advantage of you. A connection that was draining you. Opportunities that would have trapped you. Meetings that would have harmed you. You thought it was bad luck. But it was protection. You thought someone was leaving you. But it was heaven pulling them away. You thought the silence was rejection. But it was angelic noise cancellation. Don't move. The next 48 hours, a sign will come." Michael says, "You will hear, see, or feel something that exposes the truth effortlessly. It may come through a slip of the tongue, a sudden confession, a message sent to the wrong person, a dream, a feeling, a sign with their initial, a sudden intuition that shakes you. This will not scare you. It will free you. Don't scroll. My beloved child. You stayed till the end. Which means heaven can now shield your next steps. Take these actions to seal this protection. Like, it activates your angelic covering for the next 48 hours. Subscribe. So, Part 7, the revelation from your future self about the moment everything changes, reaches you. Comment, Archangel Michael, remove every dangerous person from my path. Share with 10 people, because when you protect others, heaven strengthens the shield around your own family. Michael's final whisper for this part. You were never supposed to fall into that trap. That is why heaven woke you up. My beloved child. Don't move. Don't look away. Stay right here with me, because this part is where heaven begins the reversal. This is where everything that was sent against you begins to collapse. Listen carefully. Archangel Michael steps closer. His sword glows brighter. The room around you grows still, because heaven is preparing to act. Michael says, "Your enemies moved in the dark. Now heaven moves in the light. Don't scroll. The trap that was set against you is collapsing right now. Heaven reveals. Someone tried to build a trap using manipulation, emotional pressure, lies, gossip, jealousy, hidden intentions, spiritual interference. They waited for the right moment when you were tired, emotional, or vulnerable. But something unexpected happened. Your future self saw the trap before you stepped into it. And they screamed your name through the spiritual realm, forcing heaven to intervene at the exact second before collapse. Archangel Michael says, "We stepped in because you would not have survived the emotional hit. Don't move." The reversal begins with confusion, not clarity. Heaven reveals. Over the next few hours, you may notice sudden silence, unexpected distance, mixed behavior from someone, strange pauses, people acting differently, energy shifting, heaviness lifting, a sudden change in plans. Don't fear it. This is the enemy's plan collapsing. Michael says, Confusion is the sound of the enemy losing control. Don't scroll. The person who tried to control you is now losing access. Heaven exposes. This person was operating in hidden intentions. Watching you. Studying your weakness. Waiting for emotional entry. Pretending to care. Observing you quietly. Keeping you dependent. Forming spiritual influence over you. But the moment you listened to the warning, their power over you evaporated. Because heaven says, awareness is the enemy of manipulation. They wanted access to your emotions, secrets, fears, routines, finances, choices, relationships. But now, Michael blocks them. A heavenly wall stands between you and their intentions. Don't move. The chain breaks when you stop reacting. Heaven shows. This person expected your panic, your tears, your questions, your fear, your need for answers, your dependency. But instead, you listened. You awakened. You stopped giving them emotional oxygen. Michael says, your silence is defeating them more than confrontation ever could. Don't scroll. The next 24 hours, a divine shift unfolds. Heaven reveals what's coming. A message that exposes someone. A dream that shows truth. A sign with their initial. A sudden realization. A removed burden. A closed door that protects you. A conversation that reveals hidden intentions. A name that suddenly feels different inside your spirit. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. Michael says, your future self opened the door. Now heaven will walk through it. Don't move. The breaking of spiritual interference. Michael lifts his sword. He says, every attachment formed without God's permission is breaking. Every soul tie formed through fear is dissolving. Every emotional pull created through manipulation is burning away. You may feel chills, warmth, tingling, sudden clarity, release, peace, emotional lightness. That is the bondage breaking. Do not doubt it. Don't scroll. You are walking into a future that was closed to you until now. Heaven says, the danger was real, but so is the rescue. You were never meant to suffer the way your enemies planned. Your protection was activated the moment you chose to listen. The moment you stayed. The moment you refused to skip. Michael whispers, your path is clearing. Your spirit is lifting. Your future is rewriting. Don't move. My beloved child. You stayed till the end. And heaven honors this obedience. Now seal the reversal with these steps. Like, this strengthens Michael's shield over your next 24 hours. Subscribe. So Part 8, the person who tried to rewrite your destiny reaches you. Comment, Archangel Michael, reverse every hidden attack. Share with 7 people, Each share widens the circle of protection around your entire family. Michael gives one final whisper. You were closer to danger than you knew. You are safer now than you have ever been. My beloved child. Don't scroll. Don't even move. Stay exactly where you are, because this part reveals the identity heaven has been circling around since the beginning. Archangel Michael is closer than ever. His wings are not wide. They are wrapped around you like armor. The air around you may feel heavier, because truth is descending right now. Listen carefully. Michael says, you are about to discover who was standing at the center of your danger, and why heaven had to warn you through your future self. Don't look away. This person uses love as a weapon, not a gift. Heaven reveals. The person you need protection from is someone who acts gentle when you're happy, becomes distant when you're hurting, asks personal questions they don't need answers to, remembers your weaknesses, forgets your strengths, disappears when you need support, reappears when you start healing, keeps you emotionally confused, plays innocent, speaks softly but thinks sharply. You felt it. You always felt it. Your stomach tightened when their name came up. Your spirit whispered, be careful. Your heart became quiet around them. That was your angel trying to speak. Don't move. They are not after your heart, they're after your control. Michael reveals. This person wants one thing. Power over your emotions, your choices, your peace. They don't want your money. They don't want your house. They don't want your belongings. They want influence. Because the moment you believe their words, they control how you feel, how you react, how you trust, how you decide, how you think about yourself. Michael says, your heart was becoming their territory, and heaven could not allow that. Don't scroll. Their energy drains you without touching you. Heaven reveals the signs. You feel tired after talking to them. You feel confused after hearing them. You feel guilty even after doing nothing wrong. You feel small when they're around. You feel older emotionally. You feel restless afterward. You feel like your peace gets stolen silently. This is spiritual draining. Emotional extraction. A slow weakening of your spirit. Michael says, they do not need to harm you physically. They harm you energetically. Don't move. Their plan failed when you listened to this message. Heaven's voice becomes stronger. They were waiting for your fear. But instead you found your angel. Their plan relied on your confusion, your silence, your self-doubt, your loneliness, your emotional exhaustion. But the moment you stayed in this message, their spiritual access broke. Michael whispers, you listening is the reason they are losing power. Don't scroll. The next 7 days, watch their behavior shift. Heaven reveals the coming signs. Keycap 1, they may text you suddenly. Keycap 2, they may act overly kind. Keycap 3, they may try to pull you into emotional conversations. Keycap 4, they may ask if you're upset. Keycap 5, they may pretend they are the victim. Keycap 6, they may show jealousy in subtle ways. Keycap 7, they may distance themselves out of discomfort. Every one of these reactions is a sign that they feel the angelic barrier you now carry. Michael says, "You are no longer spiritually accessible. Don't move. This is the person heaven blocked you from trusting." Heaven's voice becomes clear, direct. You were about to trust someone heaven was trying to remove. Your future self saw the damage. Your angel saw the intention. Jesus saw the danger. Heaven saw the timeline. Michael saw the emotional collapse coming. And that is why this message reached you. Don't scroll. Your angel has taken full control of the situation. Archangel Michael says, "I will not let them influence your heart again. I will not let them manipulate your emotions. I will not let them drain your peace. I will not let them control your future. The spiritual chain is broken. The emotional bondage is released. The psychological confusion is dissolving. You are stepping into clarity. Don't move. My beloved child. You stayed till the end. Heaven honors that. Now seal this moment. Like, to strengthen Michael's shield over your next 7 days. Subscribe. So Part 9, the heavenly retaliation and the final unmasking, reaches you. Comment, Archangel Michael, block every dangerous person from my life. Share with 7 people, because when you protect others, heaven multiplies protection over you. Michael ends this part with a whisper. They almost touched your future. But heaven touched it first. My beloved child. Don't scroll. Don't blink. This is the part that heaven kept hidden until now. The revelation Michael didn't allow you to hear earlier because your spirit wasn't ready. But now you are. Michael steps forward. So close that you can almost feel the pressure of his wings. He says, "The person who tried to influence your path did not stop at watching you. They tried to rewrite your destiny. Don't move. The secret that would have broken you forever. Heaven reveals. This person didn't just want control. They didn't just want access. They didn't just want influence. They wanted to shape your decisions. So your future became smaller, while theirs grew bigger. They hid their true intentions, their jealousy, their fear of your strength, their insecurity around your blessings, their resentment when you succeeded, their frustration when you healed, their shock when you pulled away, their anger when you grew wiser. But the deepest secret? They were speaking about you behind your back. Not once. Not twice. Repeatedly. Your future self heard it. Your angel saw it. Heaven recorded it. And now the truth comes forward. Don't scroll. Michael says, they feared your strength, that is why they tried to dim it. This person didn't hate you. They feared your independence, your confidence, your intuition, your resilience, your spiritual power, your emotional intelligence, your strength to walk alone. So they tried to weaken your confidence, make you question yourself, pull you back into old patterns, confuse your emotions, lower your energy, keep you emotionally available to them. Heaven says, their fear of losing you turned into manipulation. Don't move. The retaliation has begun, but not from you. Michael raises his sword. He says, heaven has already begun to confront the one who confronted your destiny. You don't have to argue. You don't have to confront. You don't have to expose. You don't have to speak. Heaven will do all of it. Their plans are reversing, collapsing, returning to them, exposing their motives, revealing their true heart, uncovering their words, showing their behavior, shining light on their shadow. Michael says, you are stepping into justice. You are stepping into clarity. You are stepping into divine protection. Don't scroll. What happens in the next 72 hours will shock you. Heaven says, watch for a sudden message, a dream that exposes someone, a conversation that reveals truth, a slip of the tongue, a reaction you weren't meant to see, a change in someone's behavior, a sign involving their initial. One of these will happen. And when it does, you will know exactly who heaven was talking about. Your spirit will say, this is the one. Don't move. The final seal, you are untouchable now. Archangel Michael places his hand over your spirit. He says, you are no longer reachable by those who wish to drain you. You are no longer accessible to those who wish to use you. You are no longer vulnerable to those who wish to confuse you. Your destiny is sealed under heaven's protection. The chain is broken. The door is closed. The manipulation is ended. The influence is gone. The access is revoked. The danger is reversed. The future is safe. Don't scroll. My beloved child. You stayed till the end of the most important part. And heaven recorded your obedience. Now seal this moment with 3 actions. Like, this activates a 72-hour protection shield over your home. Subscribe, so Part 10, the angelic enforcement reaches you instantly. Comment, Archangel Michael, reveal everything hidden from me. Share this with 10 people. Heaven says protection multiplies when truth is shared. And before this part closes, Michael whispers, they tried to rewrite your story. But heaven wrote the final chapter.